Good morning, good evening, or good night. Hope you guys have had or are having an amazing day. My name is Jake Caputo, and welcome to GOYA Academy. Guys and gals, today's video is special because we're going to be talking about ways of finding your passion. Surprisingly, this is something that most people don't know how to find because it can't be taught. You have to be willing to jump out of your comfort zone to find it. Now, some statistics to support this come from a global poll conducted by Gallup in which a whopping 85% of people are unhappy with their jobs. In another study about New Year's goals conducted by the University of Scranton, only 8% of people are goal achievers, meaning that over 90% of people don't follow through on their goals. I understand that your life goals and your New Year's resolutions are different, but at the same time they aren't. They both involve consistency and commitment, and if you can't commit to yourself now, how are you going to achieve any long-term goals for yourself in the future? Let's see why Dave Ramsey thinks passion is important. He says, passion is one of those words that will either make you roll your eyes because you're a realist who believes work is just supposed to be work, or overwhelm you because it's too big and complex to ever figure out. But if you have either of these two mindsets, you're going to stay stuck in the job you hate and add to the number of Americans, now over 70%, who are dissatisfied with their work. Do you want to be that person? I sure don't. He also adds, folks, you don't have to live that way. It is possible to be passionate about the work that you do, and it is possible to live a life where you don't dread Monday mornings. The best way to do that is to first discover what you're passionate about, because without knowing your passion, you'll wander aimlessly from job to job and stay stuck. Young or old, you need a job to survive. You may have the job you wanted, but not the life you wanted. Some things you may not have considered are a horrible work-life balance, cutthroat competition among other first years, limited growth from being at an entry-level job, no time to travel with limited vacation allowance, or even other aspects that can create an unhappy or unfulfilling life. If you're working 60-plus hour weeks, complaining, using substances as your only source of fun, not sleeping, dreading the week, or longing for the weekends, you have a shitty life. But you have the power to change that. Before even finding out what works best for you, it's best to understand yourself better. In one of my courses in psychology, I was taught about the 16 personalities test. The 16 personalities test, or the MBTI assessment, was created by Isabel Myers and Kathleen Briggs to help people discover their own strengths and gain a better understanding of how people are different. When you discover your own personality type, you'll understand more clearly why you do the things you do. They proposed that there were 4 key dimensions that could be used to categorize people: introversion versus extroversion, sensing versus intuition, thinking versus feeling, and judging versus perceiving. The assessment that I have linked in the description also includes an additional category of assertive versus turbulent. I should also note that personality is a messy part of human nature and can change with time. You should use this test as a starting point for your self-exploration. Take the test privately and answer with the first thought that comes to mind. Try not to think about your answer too long, as the question should be answered from the natural you. I'm a protagonist, or an ENFJ, meaning I have traits of charisma, leadership, and being able to get people to listen. And I really hope you do take the test, as it will give you great insight about yourself and break down categories such as your strengths and weaknesses, relationships, and career paths that are common for your personality type. These results aren't going to tell you everything, but they can sure help guide you in finding things that will prolong your happiness. Okay, now I want you all to take a few minutes or hours out of your day and seriously think about what kind of life you want to have. And ask yourself these simple questions. What do I want to spend my money on? Who do I want to spend my time with? How much free time do I want? And what do I want to do for fun? Instead of rushing to find a job and assuming you'll have a good life, create your own idea of what a good life looks like and find work that supports it, or even make your own business. Here are some tips to get you started. When making these decisions, don't think about superficial things like money or fame. Make a list of things you don't like. Focus on experiences. Material objects don't make us happy. Maybe in the short run, but that happiness fades swiftly. Memories do not fade as quickly. Studies have shown that we are not only happier when we experience things, but we also live longer because of them. Think about what kind of fun you want out of life. Ask yourself, where do I want to be in X amount of years? Keep experimenting. This doesn't mean that you have to quit your job or find another one immediately, but everybody has free time at some point in their day. Rather, if it's a few minutes or a few hours, use that time to your advantage and research different fields of interest. Plan an ideal week. Prepare a detailed schedule or planner for the week and write down goals that you want to accomplish day by day. Find a mentor or someone you can look up to. My final tip is to take action now. The sooner you find your passion, the quicker the pursuit of happiness. Moving on to our keys and takeaways for the day. First up, we have take the 16 personalities test. It won't take you that much time and it's only going to help you out in the long run. Slow down. Now I know this may sound counterintuitive, but slowing down can help you think of things from a different perspective. There may be clues all around you telling you what you should be doing, but when you're too busy, it's hard to see them. It's in those moments of silence that you're able to really become aware of what inspires you. Next up, we got be your own life detective. Take some time to notice the things in your life that bring you the most joy. What activities stimulate or energize you when you do them? Moving on to give yourself permission to explore. After you've started to pay attention to which activities and interests bring you the most energy, keep doing them and stay away from those that drain you. Reach out to others. Be sure you connect with people who are doing something that you're interested in and talk to them about their experience. Stay open and flexible. Know that when you follow your interests, they can lead you on a different path than you ever expected. So it's important to stay open and flexible without any attachment to where you'll end up. And finally, act now. Nobody can show you what you're passionate about. You have to be willing to go out and find it. That's all I have for you guys today. Hope this was helpful for some of you. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like down below. Comment, and I'm going to get back to every single one of them this time, as well as subscribe for more content, and thanks for watching.